It's another edition of Time About the Movies, and today we're taking a look at the movies of June 23rd, 2000. Only two movies to look at today, so let's go ahead and jump on into them. We'll start off with the biggest of the two new releases, and that is the Farrelly Brothers follow-up to their Something About Mary, Jim Carrey and Renee Zellweger in Me, Myself, and Irene. So that trailer kind of gives you a sum up of what the plot is. You have Jim Carrey as this Rhode Island state trooper named Charlie, who after years of continuously suppressing his rage and feelings suffers a psychotic breakdown that results in a second personality and Hank coming out. And he's doing this while he has to take in this person to a corrections office in New York, played by Renee Zellweger. And of course, the chaos ensues from there. And you know, this was like I said, this was the first movie the Farrelly Brothers did after There's Something About Mary, and a lot of people consider that to be one of their best films, Dumb and Dumber possibly. I just put this up there in the top three because, man, this is a really, really funny movie. This plays to all the strains of what I like about the Farrelly Brothers' early works. I mean, it's got a lot of slapsticky humor. The black comedy in this movie is top-notch, and sometimes it's even literal black comedy. Like, I love this idea that Jim Carrey basically has these triplets who are biracial. One of them's played by Anthony Anderson, and when these guys show up on screen, they really are part of the humor of this movie. They are really hilarious when they're on screen. Like, they really do have some of the funnier moments in the movie. But the real star of this is Jim Carrey. I mean, Jim Carrey has to play these two different personalities, and man, there are so many great, fun, quotable lines from this movie. Some of them I obviously can't say on here because of obvious reasons, but let's just say that there are a lot of F-bombs in this movie, and most of them are pretty funny. Like, I really, like, some of the gross-out humor is actually really clever and funny, too, and that's really hard to say when you really think about it. Like, gross-out humor most of the time isn't that clever, but the Farrelly Brothers find a way to make this kind of stuff really clever. At least they did back then. Nowadays, they want to be more serious now. Of course, they got to make a schlocky Oscar-bait stuff like Green Book or Champions, but this is back where the Farrelly Brothers really used their strengths to work to the film's advantage. Renee Zellweger is pretty good in the movie, too. I don't think her chemistry overall with Carrey works very well. I mean, she's got to play against the two different personalities for this one guy, and I don't know, I just didn't feel it at first. I thought she was kind of the weak link overall. I thought she was okay, but she definitely could have been a whole lot better. I think they were also dating at the time, too. I could be wrong on that, but like I said, man, this is just a really, really funny movie. And sometimes you can really believe in what Charlie is going through here. I think a lot of people have that second person there inside of us that just wants to, like, get his rage out there and just basically results in the second personality. And I think most people do a good job of containing it. But here's what happens when you just can't take it anymore. And really, like, I think a lot of people can really relate to this, and I think it's really funny. I think it's really clever stuff. I think it's really well done. I think it's definitely one of the best Farrelly Brothers movies, and like I said, man, it's quotable as hell. Like, I can't say these quotes because, like I said, there is a lot of profanity in this movie. I'll just say that, but yeah, man, I love this movie, man. I really do love this movie a lot. Just great elements all around. I can't recommend this one enough. This is definitely one of the Farrelly Brothers' best films. Probably top 5 overall, honestly, the more I think about it. But that's Me, Myself, and Irene. So let's go ahead and move on to our last film, which is another really good movie, the first feature film from Art and Animation, and that is Chicken Run. Trailer aside, this is an incredible movie. This is, of course, Aardman's first animated feature film, and it centers around a group of British anthropomorphic chickens who see an American rooster named Rocky, played by Mel Gibson, as their only hope to escape the farm when the owners want to turn them into chicken pies. And kind of like with Toy Story a couple of years prior, this was a game changer for animation. I mean, while Toy Story showed what computer animation can really do, this is a film that really showed what claymation could do in feature-length form. And for Aardman, it was a big test for them to see if they could make this work, and this was the first of several films that they did with DreamWorks throughout the 2000s, and good start. I mean, it's a really damn good movie. It's got a great cast: Julia Sawalha, Mel Gibson, Miranda Richardson, Timothy Spall, Jane Horrocks, Imelda Staunton. Just a phenomenal cast. Really good writing by Carrie Kirkpatrick, who's written a ton of great stuff over the course of her career. Of course, the people behind Wallace and Gromit are behind this, and Wallace and Gromit is great stuff all around. this was just a winner all the way through. Granted, it has some times when it borrows a little too predictable elements to it. Like, of course, we got to have the liar reveal happen, and that's something that it's a really bad cliche, but you kind of have to do it at this type of a story, and it does run a little bit too long, but that's really one of the few flaws I have with the movie. I think the rest of the film is very clever. I think the animation overall is very well done. The music by John Powell and Hans Zimmer is really, and Harry Gregson Williams, not Hans Zimmer, although I think he did a couple of other Aardman movies down the line, but it's Harry Gregson Williams and John Powell doing the music for it, and I think they did a very good job of handling that. And it's a good, fun adventure film. It's a good, fun animated adventure film. It was really it's probably the best animated film to come out in 2000. Honestly, the more I look at some of the movies that we have on here, this is definitely very high up there, if not the best animated film to come out that year. And as of doing this, we're about 1 week away from the sequel coming out, Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget on Netflix, which could be good, but it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be hard for me to not see these characters of Ginger and Rocky and not think of Julia Sawalha and Mel Gibson. Yeah, Tandy Newton and Zachary Levi are great actors, but when I think of these two characters, I think of what I see in the original film, and I don't know, hopefully it's good. I'm hoping for the best, but like I said, man, this is a great film. I can't recommend this one enough. Definitely check out Chicken Run. And so with that said, we wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies. When we meet next time, George Clooney and Mark Wahlberg star in The Perfect Storm. Mel Gibson back again with a new film with Roland Emmerich, The Patriot. And we also have The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Those are the three films that will open up on 4th of July weekend of 2000. And we'll take a look at those on the next episode. But until then, thank you very much for watching. And if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the playlist on the next page. Check out the previous episode. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this on this channel. Now, don't go too far away, because coming up next, we have a new Time About the Movies flashback. We're flashing back to the weekend of August 26, 1988, with 7 movies to look at, including Deborah Winger and Tom Berenger in Betrayed, Mark Harmon and Jodie Foster in Stealing Home, Bobcat Goldthwait in Hot to Trot, Chuck Norris in Hero and the Terror, Crossing Delancey, The Thin Blue Line, and The Year My Voice Broke. So 7 movies to look at overall on that, and we'll have that for you coming up right after this.